Hi, I'm Ben from Destiny RV, and behind me here is the X Series RV Morphe. The Morphe is the 13-foot pop-top hybrid. The Morphe is aimed at the adventurous couple that don't want anything too big that they want to go away with. They can go remote, completely off-road, off-grid, whatever you like. First things first, once you've found your perfect spot, now we set everything up. What we want to do is we want to start by leveling the van with the jockey wheel. I've already got that sorted here. We then want to undo these latches up the top. They help keep your roof secure when you're traveling. But you're going to have one on each corner of the van. From there, we need to put the roof up. So to put the roof up, once all of the four are unlocked, and we push a button. So once the roof's up, we just want to stabilize the van, and that's done through each corner at the bottom. We have a stabilizing leg. So the goal is to get this as perpendicular as possible. We want this straight and is adjusted through here. Now, of course, you can use a tool. I'm just demonstrating with my fingers to show you that you can essentially adjust the level there. And all that we want to do with this is take the wobble out of the van. These are not jacks, they are stabilizer legs. All right, so making sure that we get this done on all four. All right, so the next step, once we've got the roof done and the van stabilized, is we now want to take the bed out. All right, so the first thing is we need to remove the spare wheel from its current position. This is done by removing the two locking latches and then the stabilizing pin. Once those three are done, it simply folds forward. These are on gas struts, so it's not just gonna fall. We then want to press these here buttons to release the roof latch. The roof latch is gas assisted, and we want that to come up. From here, we can hold this part up, release these. The two sides simply come across and fold in to these corners. Same on this side here. The next step is then to release these two corner locks. So again, just pushing these buttons here. This will then come down. And you'll see that these fit nice and snug into these corners. We then lift up the back. Again, gas strut assisted. And then we secure these in. And same on this side as well. And now all of the exterior for the bed is set up. So from this position, when the bed is already set up, it's just a matter of getting the mattresses into place. Now these are a 3-piece, so we can push that down, push this one down and slide it in, and then number 3, snug as a bug. So the reason that we go a 3-piece bed is to essentially maximize the usable space. So when the bed folds up, if it was just like a 1-piece, there's no fold. It's never going to work. We found that the 3-piece is the best option. That way it also allows us to keep the same dimensions of what would usually be a regular bed. So a fitted sheet will still fit rather than having to buy a heap of separate sheets. So just because it's a small and more compact van doesn't mean that you lose out on too much space. Here we have a massive pantry. So whether you either wanted to put your clothing in there, some food in there, a combination of both, completely up to you. You also have a very large internal fridge freezer, 2-door. You're not going to find many vans of this size with an internal fridge setup in there. Standard in the Morphe 13 is a shower and toilet combo for maximum use of space. The Dometic reverse cycle air conditioner is standard. Now you can actually run this off of the power system that's standard in the Morphe, but more on that later. So the bench seat setup is again designed for 2 people, and the table is really versatile. You can essentially move it wherever you want to suit your best, or push it right up against to get it completely out of the road when not in use. So more storage through the front of the van, and ample storage up the front also. So standard in the X Series RV is the Red Arc Red Vision. So what this will allow you to do is turn the power to any point off. So if I want the pump on, I can turn it on, I can turn it off. If I want the stereo on, turn it off. Same with the fridge. Now it's also important to know that your light, your awning, but also your inverter is through here. So when the inverter is not in use, so the roof up and down is all through this switch. So it's all electronic, no manual effort required. Your water tanks, so these are standard with two 95-litre fresh water tanks. You will get your gauges here, each one individual. So the Truma Ultra Rapid hot water system has got two settings. You can either set it for 60 degrees or 70 degrees. Now also standard is a diesel heater. So we can switch that on. It'll power itself up. These work so efficiently, I can almost guarantee you're going to switch this off. And then to do so is simple. So to be fully off-road, you need an articulating hitch. We use the Cruisemaster DO35 because it is fully articulating and it is also a machine fit. To make sure that your investment stays as good as possible for as long as possible, we hot galvanized dip the chassis and A-frame across the entire range. If this were just painted, after your first trip, you're going to have pitting from all of the stones flicking up. That's not going to happen with a hot galvanized dip chassis. A stone deflector will help keep rocks from flicking up and actually hitting the van. It's also going to protect your gas bottle and gas regulator. It will also protect your jerry can holder. So the Morphe gets to boast this massive lockable toolbox. On the on side, you've actually got a fridge slide. Now you've already got an internal fridge, so an external fridge is an option. A lot of people already have a car fridge that they like to take away. Then you also get a preparation slide. Now to suit as many different car fridges as possible, they are standard with an Anderson plug and also a Nava plug, both 12 volt. So the massive amount of external access storage continues in the front here. Have a look at the size of this boot. All right, so the door that we use has got a few benefits. The good thing is it actually shuts with the wind. So you're not, if you had your handle here and the wind's coming in, it's going to constantly try to push that open. But because we have it hinged the correct way, when it shuts, for when you're traveling, it shuts with the wind. To open up the door is as simple as that. You can actually separate these by lifting this handle upwards, because we have like a fine midgie mesh, but we then have on this side a security mesh. For those mornings where you want a bit of a sleep in, you can pull this blind down and that will actually help keep a lot of the sunlight from coming through your window so you don't have a disturbed sleep. Now to set the awning up is as simple as pushing this switch. All right, so to get the awning secured, we then want to pull this leg out. It'll twist at this point here. This lever we then want to release because that will mean that we can now slide this along. So what we're aiming to do is to slide this into one of the two anchor points, like so, and then we're going to repeat on this side here. So to get the awning height set up how you like, you simply lift until you are happy and then secure it with this part here, and we're set. Now, should you find yourself at, say, a caravan park, or you're so remote you actually don't need to use these anchors, you can actually use the legs, swing them down, and they can come down basically straight, and then you can peg them in. If this is purely for an example like this in the showroom where I can't actually peg them down. Now, no off-grid hybrid is complete without a massive slide-out kitchen with gas cooktop and sink. So having the 3-burner gas cooktop is awesome, but so is having an extra fold-out bench for whether it be preparation or you even wanted to put a barbecue on here. You can fit the lot. Because the Morphe is standard with 300 amps of lithium battery and also a 3000 watt inverter, you will get 10 amp GPO outlets through your 3000 watt inverter. So for example, if while you're out here cooking, you want to have an air fryer going, you've got the perfect spot outdoors. It's not going to make your van smell or anything like that at all. So moving underneath the van, we have independent suspension with dual shockers. And you can also see that all of the water tanks have extra external protection. So a key difference with X Series is actually their construction. So they have a fiberglass skin which is fully insulated. The reason that they go fiberglass is because it's light and it's strong. So you don't have any unnecessary joins which can potentially cause a water ingress. Guys, this little Morphe is crying out for adventure. Come in and see for yourself at 817 Northeast Road, Valley View. We'll see you soon.